What's up, everybody? It's Lee Shush and K9 Training here, and today we are back with another video. So today we will be doing part 2 of the Healing Stick Foundation video. So I had plans to do a part 2, I just didn't know when, so it's almost going on 2 months. So relax. As I mentioned in the first video, that was just the introduction to getting him used to feeling the healing stick going up and down his chest and getting his head up to look at me a lot better by using the healing stick to kind of posture his head up a little bit more. So like I said, it's been about a month and a half. In this video, and there's a lot of flying ants out today, so I'm gonna try not to talk with all of them flying on me and stuff like that. But in this video, I'm going to show you after a month and a half where we're kind of at now with everything. So now we've introduced the walking. And if you remember in the first video, for those who haven't seen or have seen the first video, in the first video, we were getting him used to kind of taking a few steps with the healing stick, just getting him comfortable with it. But he had to move as if it wasn't there. But the whole point of the healing stick is to get him back. And as I mentioned in the first video, you can pair an e-collar with the healing stick, or you can use the e-stick, which is essentially an e-collar stick basically. And the dog would get used to feeling the pressure from the e-collar or the e-stick, and he will learn to get back. So going forward in the future, you don't want him touching the stick, but the whole point of this is to fix foraging and healing and shush and healing, because sometimes when you're healing with the dog can be coming out a little bit, and they have to learn to get back. So as we start healing, you're going to hear me tell him to get back a little bit. He's still learning how healing goes, and we're still using the ball. So he's going to be foraging just a tad bit. The idea is that you fade the stick in and out. That way he don't get used to the stick being there. He has to get used to the stick not being there. But if he gets too far ahead, that's when I say back, back, back. And if you get back as we're healing, that's when I'll remove the stick. So as I say, he's going to be a little bit choppy during the healing process. Everything is still in baby steps, but I just want to show where we're at after all of this time. We're going to get ready to get started. Steps out. Sits. So these were the steps we were at in the first video. Now we're going to actually move with it. As I mentioned before, you want to get this ball back as far as you can to the point where it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it's hard trying to remember that as we're moving. Boost. He's a little distracted with my camera person, but it's okay. Yes! Good boy! Good boy! We're going to do a couple of rounds of those. He actually did train a little bit earlier, so he might not have the exact power I'm looking for as far as when he's healing. But it's okay, you guys are going to get the point. And he's probably not going to do too much foraging because we spent a month and a half actually working with him with the healing stick. So as I mentioned in the first video, him outing the ball is still a work in progress as well. So we're going to put him into his relaxed position. And I use the pressure from the prong sometimes to get him to out, but I'm just going to see if he outed anyways. Relax. Drop. Good boy. Good. Come up a little bit so he don't be too distracted. Looking back. Woo! Sit. Good boy, buddy. Yeah. Boo. Boy. Boy, buddy. Good. Good. Come on, good boy. Yes. Good boy, buddy. Yeah. Oh, you missed the ball. Good boy. Good boy. So, as I'm healing him, sometimes I like to go for long paces. Sometimes I like to short it up because the dog begins to anticipate everything. If you mess with the dog's mind, he won't know when the reward is coming, which will keep him excited. The moment he starts anticipating stuff, that's when he'll start breaking behavior. Like he knows when I'm really liking the behavior he's doing, because I'll be like, good, good, good boy, good boy. He can hear it in my voice because dogs are pattern-based animals. So you might see him try to spin out sometimes, which is why we break up the pattern. Sometimes I go for short strides and sometimes I go for longer strides. It's always really important to just keep the dog guessing. And in that way, it kind of keeps the training pretty fun too. So we haven't added any lefts or rights within our healing motions, our healing exercises. We're just keeping straight. And as I mentioned, he may or may not allow, I may or may not have to use the healing stick in this video. The whole point of it, as you guys can see, is a lot better than what he was in the first video. We were only able to take a few steps. The whole point of it is to just use it if he forges out a little bit too far ahead. So we're going to get him back into his relaxed position. Relax. Drop. 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 Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, buddy. This time we're going to take a longer stride. Sit. Sit. Sometimes I don't just straight take off. Sometimes I just kind of wait here a little minute, because in the trial, that's how it would be anyways. You'll be sitting in basic position for a while. Boost. Back, 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 back. Man. Good dude, buddy, yeah. Good dude. Yeah, buddy. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So what we're going to do next, when you're teaching the dog to foos or competition style shush and heeling, you don't always want to start in basic position, because they have to learn that foosing is anywhere, whether he's laying down, whether I'm a few feet ahead. So I'm gonna be a few feet ahead of him, and I'm gonna call him straight into foosing, and he has to catch us up with me. Whether he starts forging or not, I don't know. If he does, we're gonna use the stick to get him back. Good boy, buddy. Good. Relax. Drop. Onyx, drop. Hey. Drop. Good boy. And he's a little winded already. We're working on his cardio. It is, though it's cloudy out, it is 82 degrees. So I'm going to be a few feet ahead of him. The moment I take off and say F-U-S-S, he has to immediately come with me. Boost! Back. Boy! Boy, buddy! Yes! Good boy, dude! Good boy, buddy! Good boy, buddy! Good boy! Good boy! Yeah! Come on, buddy! Oh! Good boy! So I'm going to take a few more paces. As you guys can see, as I already mentioned, he's a lot better than what he was in the last video. Last video, we were only able to take a couple of steps. Past month and a half, we've been working on this a lot, and hopefully in the next video, I'll be able to fade the ball entirely. For those familiar with shushing, heeling type training, you know, after the ball, the next step from having the ball here is to have the ball in the armpit, and essentially the dog has to look up in the armpit as you guys are foosing. So we're going to be heeling back this way. Relax. Drop. Drop. Hey, drop. Good boy. He's a tad bit distracted by our camera person. Usually when we're doing training, there's really nobody here. It's usually just us. But as you can see, he's still doing good. And whoever's on the field don't really matter. You want your dog to have that level of focus. Plus the camera person is my wife, so he's used to her anyways. Onyx, sits. Good boy, buddy. Yeah, good boy. As I mentioned, he's a little winded, but he's doing okay. Boost. Good boy. Good, 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 good. 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 Back. Good. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Sometimes I stop with it. Sometimes when we're heeling in motion, he's a bit unorthodox. Yes! But sometimes I stop with it. It really just depends. Sometimes I throw the ball behind me. Sometimes I stop. Obviously, in an actual trial, you're going to be heeling with the dog. And once you stop, the dog has to come to a complete stop as well and wait in basic position. So you guys pretty much get the idea or the picture that I'm trying to paint for this video. In the first video, I wanted to just show introducing the heeling stick. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I wanted to just show, the process of using a stick. Good boy. I wanted to just show the process of using a stick and how to use it to get the dog back when foosing. But in the future, we have to fade the stick, which is why you see me not using it as we're walking. We have to fade the stick, and then eventually the ball has to go under my armpit, which I will document as well. And as far as the way he heals, as I mentioned in the first video, you have dogs that do different things. Some dogs like to prance a little bit more during their healing. It all depends on the foundation that you laid on them when they were a puppy. Some dogs prance a little more. Some dogs prance with their head tilted kind of up high. Some dogs prance with their head. Tilted to the side as they're looking at you. So for him, he varies. He kind of prances a little bit, but it also depends on how tired he is. Right now, he's a little bit winded. So what the judges in the trial want to see anyways is just as long as the dog is wagging his tail. So we're going to do one more quick little foos. Drop. Onyx, drop. Good boy. And after that, we're going to wrap this video up. Will we make a part 3 or not? It really just depends. If we do, part 3 is going to be focused on us putting the ball under the armpit, and the stick should be faded entirely. Or we will show the stick pair with the e-collar or the e-kick or the e-stick, which is the electrical stick. So we're just going to go. Foos. Yeah. Good job. Hey. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Yeah, good boy. Good. Good boy. Yeah. All right, everybody, so that was me showing off a part 2 to the video that I did the first time, for the first video. I really want to shoot a part 2. It also got a lot of comments, the first video, a lot of comments and a lot of views, so I appreciate everybody that was commenting and just giving their observations and their opinions and stuff like that. So I said, you know, let me shoot a part 2. I had it planned anyways, I just didn't know when I was going to do it. So that was 14 or 16-month-old Onyx Z TAMMIK showing his foosing at this point in time. We'll catch you guys later.